The life cycle of Moussaka. In the sun-drenched kitchen of a kind woman named Hana, a story began not with words, but with the intent of simple things. A vibrant, deep purple eggplant, a handful of fragrant herbs, and a humble quantity of ground lamb. This was the foundation, the raw potential waiting to be awakened. Hana always believed that every masterpiece, no matter how complex and beautiful, started with a deliberate and high-quality choice of the initial ingredients. It was a reminder of the fundamental lesson. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The next chapter was one of transformation. Hana's knife moved with a rhythmic grace, slicing the eggplant into perfectly uniform rounds. The lamb was seasoned and sautéed in a pan, its rich, savory aroma filling the air. This was a testament to the power of preparation, how separate elements, when tended to with commitment, begin to harmonize. Hana remembered that moussaka traces its etymology back to the Arabic word moussaka, meaning moistened, a nod to the rich sauce layers that would bind everything together. Indeed, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Then came the béchamel sauce, a soft, creamy, golden cloud. It was the binder, a gentle whisper that would keep the entire dish from dissolving into chaos. Hana whisked butter and flour into a roux, then slowly added milk, watching the liquid thicken into a velvety blanket. She mused that béchamel teaches the lesson of the connector, the silent, humble factor that brings unity and cohesion to everything it touches. Sometimes, our most vital role is simply to hold things together, creating the harmony that a good life needs a little bit of everything. With all the parts ready, Hana began the sacred ritual of layering. She arranged the golden brown eggplant slices on the bottom of the baking dish, followed by the robust meat sauce, and finally, the luxurious béchamel. Each layer was a distinct part, yet together they formed a magnificent structure. This was a reflection of how our own life experiences, the joys and sorrows, the successes and failures, layer upon one another to form the complex and beautiful people we become. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. The moussaka, now a complete composition, was settled into the warm embrace of the oven. The heat began its final magic, melding the distinct flavors into a single harmonious melody. Hana watched quietly, knowing this was the lesson of patience and faith, that some of the most beautiful transformations happen out of sight, in the silent heat of time. She reminded herself, patience is not simply the ability to wait, it's how we behave while we're waiting, and that the greatest rewards are often the result of quality waiting. Out of the oven, the moussaka emerged, a fragrant, bubbling masterpiece. Yet, it was not ready. It needed to rest, to settle, to take shape. This was the critical stage of reflection, a moment of stillness before the grand reveal. Hana knew that even after her hardest work, she had to allow herself time to rest and solidify her efforts. For it is in this pause that both her creations and herself truly find form and completeness. Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass under trees on a summer's day is not a waste of time. At last, the moment arrived. Hana carefully cut a square, perfectly formed slice of moussaka. The layers held firm, a testament to the patient process. She plated it, a gift of warmth and nourishment. She understood that the true value of a creation lies not in its making, but in the joy it brings to others. Moussaka is a staple in many Mediterranean cultures, a dish of shared heritage and communal warmth, and the greatest joy in life is in sharing. The first bite was a symphony of flavor, the earthy eggplant, the savory lamb, the creamy béchamel. It was the culmination of every step, every choice, every moment of patience. Hana closed her eyes, and this moment taught her the lesson of savoring, the importance of being fully present, of tasting and appreciating the fruits of her labor. She reminded herself, cherish this moment, for it is all we really have. The next day, the remaining moussaka was even better. The flavors had deepened, the textures had stabilized, and it had become something newly wonderful. Hana smiled, for this was the lesson of second chances and the beauty of time. She believed that some things, like ourselves, can improve with age and rest, becoming more fully realized. She recognized that what we might consider leftovers can often be the most meaningful part of the journey. What is meant for you will never pass you by. The moussaka was gone, but its warmth lingered in the house, in the memory of the shared meal, and in the lessons learned. Hannah held the empty dish, a gentle smile on her face. The true legacy of the moussaka was not just in the eating, but in the joy of creation and the connection it nourished. It was a soft reminder that excellence is not a single act, but a beautiful habit of care, patience, and love. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit,